Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Tech Chat. Today I'm going to talk about a new topic. We call it virtualization. So you can remember that in previous video on the cloud computing series, we talked about Oracle VirtualBox VM Manager. Anyhow, I'm going to talk about virtualization today also. In that video, I talk about virtualization using Oracle VirtualBox VM Manager. So actually, it's a simple idea, but today I'm going to talk about this in with more points because there you had the hardware layer as your computer and the software layer was your Oracle VirtualBox Manager. Then you install the virtual machine on that layer. So today I will explain how virtualization apply in cloud, in private cloud, public cloud, a hybrid cloud. So let's have a look. Guys, so what is virtualization? Creating an abstraction layer over the computer hardware that allows the hardware elements of a single computer. What are the hardware elements? Processor, memory, storage, and more. So then these elements to be divided into multiple virtual computers, commonly called virtual machines. We call this virtualization. So what happened there? We have the hardware resources, then we have a abstraction layer. In the cloud computing, we call this hypervisor layer. So after hypervisor layer, we have uh, multiple virtual computers. So we call this virtualization. These virtual computers we call virtual machines in cloud computing. So guys, let's have a look with my simply with one of my diagrams. So I'm going to create that diagram. So guys, I'm using the Paint. So first I draw the hardware component. So this is my hardware resources. So as I explained, this hardware part include, wait guys, I need to change the font size. I'm going to change this to 14. Okay, so we have processor and also we have memory, we call it RAM card, and also we have storage. So guys, this is not a real view of the hardware component. So actually in cloud computing, if you go to a data center, you have a single server, and I can't show the view here, but we have a single hardware component. We call it a physical server in cloud. So then in that physical server, we have a processor, we have RAM cards for memory, and we have storage disk. So actually in cloud, we can abstract storage with different ways. So but here I'm talking about a single server that include a processor, RAM cards, and storage. Okay guys, so then how we can virtualize this hardware resource? So this is a server. In cloud computing we call this as a server, so and also we call this as a host. Okay, so guys, over this server we have an abstraction layer, as I called before. In the cloud computing we call this abstraction layer as hypervisor. So I'm going to draw it guys. Okay, actually this is not a physical layer, so this is a abstraction layer created by the hypervisor operating system. So in this underlying physical server, there is a hypervisor operating system running. We call it the abstraction layer and we call it as hypervisor layer. So for several companies, they have introduced several hypervisor operating system. If I say for VMware Cloud, they have ESXi. So for for Microsoft, Hyper-V. So these are example for the hypervisor operating system. So I'm going to just put the name as Hypervisor. Okay, you can see the name as hypervisor. This is the abstraction layer I talked about previously. So guys, after you have a hypervisor layer on your server, you can install virtual machines. So guys, let's have a look on this diagram. So I'm going to draw some virtual computers. Okay, the thing is, after you install your hypervisor operating system on your server, you can install multiple virtual computers on your hypervisor. So we call these virtual computers as virtual machine in cloud computing. So I'm going to draw a line to connect this with hypervisor layer. Okay. These virtual machines, these virtual computers are running on the hypervisor layer. Actually, these are run on hypervisor layer, but these virtual machines are getting their resources from the underlying physical server. It includes memory, it includes CPU, and also the storage. You know, guys, for your computer, you need the hardware resources to run the operating system. On your computer, you have a hard disk drive, you have a processor, a CPU, and you have memory cards. So that's how you are running your Windows physical computer. So here, guys, you can see you have a physical server. I will name it here. Physical server. Then you have the abstraction layer. We call it a hypervisor. Actually, it's not a physical one. It's operating system running on your physical server. Then once you install your hypervisor layer, you can run multiple virtual computers on your hypervisor layer. So it's we call this hypervisor layer in VMware Cloud as ESXi. In Microsoft, we call this as Hyper-V. So guys, I'm going to put names on each virtual computer. Virtual machine 1, VM1, and also as VM2, and okay, this is enough. So guys, once you create virtual machine, you can install any operating system on this virtual machine. If you wish to install Windows 2010, Windows 2012, Windows 2016, if not Linux operating system, if not you are going to install any other operating system, simply you can install that operating system on your virtual machine. This virtual machine we call virtual computer looks like a simple computer like your computer, but only thing is this is a virtual one. You can't see the exact hardware layer of this because the all virtual machines run on the hypervisor use same underlying hardware resources. So guys, you can simply install any operating system you wish. So this is the basic concept of cloud. So I will put some operating system names also here. I'm going to put Windows 16 running on this, and also I will put on virtual machine 2 Red Hat 7 operating system. So this is the idea of virtualization. I will explain it again. You have the physical hardware resources in a single server. So then you will install a abstraction layer. We call it a hypervisor layer. So there are several companies provide the hypervisor operating system. So you can simply install one of them. If you wish to have a VMware, so you can install ESXi operating system on your physical server. So then after installation of Hypervisor operating system, it will provide many features to install virtual computers on your Hypervisor layer. So you can install several virtual machines. After installation of virtual machine, it's a virtual computer. Actually, it's like a virtual computer. You can attach operating systems to your virtual machine and then install it. So you have option. Actually, if I talk about the options, so once you created a virtual machine, there is a CD drive on that virtual machine. You can simply attach any operating system you wish. It may be Windows, it may be Red Hat, it may be any other operating system. You can simply attach on your CD drive, then reboot the virtual machine. Then it simply install the Windows, Red Hat, or any other operating system as you wish. So this is the way how to use the virtualization concept. So this is the virtualization concept. I think you understood about this virtualization concept. Okay, so also I'm going to talk about some advantages. So actually this is very easy to manage. This is easier management because you have only one physical hardware server. So it's very simple for you and increase efficiency. Yes, that's a very good way because you have one server, you can install several operating systems and you can utilize them. So that's very efficiency and increase the productivity. So these are the advantages. If we come to disadvantages, this has some high initial cost. So because you have to buy a hardware resource and these resources are some need you must have high cost because and when you buy ESXi and you need to have a license also, so there are some initial cost and also some data at risk because you are running everything on one physical hardware. This physical hardware resource. So then if something happened to physical hardware resource, everything will be destroyed. So that's some disadvantages of this and also some security concerns because if you are giving this to customers, so if you are giving this to other people from public to run their service on virtual machines, so then they have some security concerns because they are running their applications, their products on our environment. So then they have to consider about security concerns because we in our resources uh, they are running their application and many more things. So then there are several security concerns when we are running when we work with virtualized environment. So this is something, and also the systems are quite vulnerable when age goes up. So that's the thing. Okay, so you need to have a look on some security concerns when you are working with virtual environment. So that's some disadvantages, but guys, this make the difference of IT field. So this is the basic idea of cloud computing. So there are so many things added after this concept. So then cloud computing was developed. So now we are many guys around the world are working with cloud. So you should not worry about having physical resources. You should not having single individual servers for running your operating system. Now everything is simple because now cloud computing is famous all around the world. So you need everything is simple. So Actually, guys, I think you have now you have a good idea about this virtualization. So guys, we will come back with a new video. So that's all up to today. So I think you understood something here. So if you have any question, please put a comment on my comment bar, and also share my videos, like this video, and subscribe our YouTube channel. So guys, I will come with a new video. Thank you very much for watching this video.